Welcome back to the Car Boutique's detailing channel. Today we are talking wheel cleaning, and today we are also talking shiny garage. So as you can see, we've already taken the wheel off and we put it on the wheel stand. Now, we could do this fitted to the vehicle, but A, I want to inspect my wheel arches and give them a good clean. Secondly, I want to make it easier on myself to show you the products. And thirdly, pretty much it's impossible to get the wheels to this clean standard once we've finished. If it was on the car, it just is very, very problematic. So if you can, and you know how to, and it's safe to do so, take your wheel off. It doesn't have to be on a wheel stand, put it on a sheet on the floor. You can get equally as good results. Now, when it comes to maintenance washes, there's pretty much an industry standard, gross generalization, but citrus pre-wash, snow foam shampoo and all that kind of stuff. But looking how people do their wheels is very, very subjective, and everyone has their own way of doing stuff. My way isn't right, your way isn't right. But the golden rule is, if you've got your wheels to the standard that you require and you haven't damaged them, your technique works. This is just my way of doing it. Now, this is going to be a super thorough one. You cherry pick which bits are of value to you. And if ultimately you want to stick to your own way, that's fine, but this is my way, tried and tested, of getting the wheels as clean as they can be. So I'm going to be looking at quite a few of the Shiny Garage products. We're going to be looking at citrus shampoos, wheel cleaners, fallout and all that kind of stuff, and I'll sort of take you on this journey with me. I'll put some data up on the screen as well. So let's see if we can transform these really mucky wheels into something a lot nicer. Now, ultimately, I am going to be putting ceramic coating on this. I'm going to clay them, polish them, and then put ceramic coating. But I'm just going to take you through the cleaning stages with the Shiny Garage products, because that's all I've got. All right. And like I said, part 2 will be maintenance washes and looking at a whole host of other products by this brand. So let's crack on. So before I get the brushes out, exactly the same philosophy as when I'm doing my paintwork. I put this through a non-contact phase. So I personally will use a pre-wash or a TFR and then a snow foam, exactly the same as what I would do on the paintwork. Now, I see a lot of people just going straight in with wheel cleaners, getting the brushes out, and you've still got all that dirt and grit. Okay, give some chemicals an opportunity to remove that before you physically touch the actual wheels, because you may induce scratching with all that grit. So I'm using 2 products. I'm using the Shiny Garage, the Shiny Professional Garage Pre-Wash Citrus Oil, TFR. Now, this is a heavily alkaline, potent product. It's pH 11.5, and it depends how you use it. You can put this in a foam cannon, whereby you're mixing 100 millilitres, topping up to a litre with water, or if you're using it in actual a spray bottle like I am, it depends what kind of soiling. Now, I've put 50 millilitres of this product and topped it up with 950 millilitres of water to give me a 1 litre solution. Now, the good thing about using a citrus high pH product is it's a degreaser. It's really going to attack that grease. Okay, so after 3-4 minutes, I'm hoping to see a big improvement. All right, now I've used this Shiny Professional Garage Pre-Wash Citrus Oil TFR in the main bodywork. It is a potent product, so take heed of the dilution ratios. That 1 litre bottle will go a long way, whether you've put it in a foam cannon, a foamer, or a sprayer. So once I've applied the actual citrus pre-wash, I'm going to be cocooning it in Shiny Garage's Fruit Snow Foam. Now, this is a super lovely, strong, fruity smell that doesn't just stay in the bottle. It emanates when you're using it, so it's really nice. Now, this can be used in a snow foam cannon, whereby you're doing your traditional 100 millilitres of product to 900 millilitres of water in your 1 litre snow foam cannon bottle, or you can put it in an actual foamer, exactly what I'm going to be doing, and I've put about 50 millilitres and topped up to about 1.5 litres of products. You do not need much. I've practiced with this. I test and adjust. I don't want this too thick, but I do want it to loiter enough to cocoon that citrus in, but also have that fall off to get rid of the dirt as well. All right, so we're going to use these two in combination before we've even touched the wheel to get off as much dirt as we can. So we've left this about 5 minutes. You can see all that dirt. I mean, look at it dripping down on the floor. All right, now I did put it on the treads as well, okay, because I want, if I do touch that, I don't want the chance of dirt migrating onto the face of the wheel when I'm doing other bits. Foamed all the inside and the citrus pre-wash as well. But good discoloration there, and arguably, if you had mildly dirty wheels, this process with a bit of brushwork at the end will probably do. You wouldn't need the dedicated stuff. So, but these are quite bad. You can see I've got to tackle all this stuff as well. So we'll jet wash this down and we'll start on the dedicated wheel cleaning products. Product's going to be using for this stage, and we're going to start with the tyres first, is Pure Black Tyre Cleaner. Now, I've got the 1 litre bottle. Now, depending on how bad your tyres are, the instructions say anywhere between 200 and 500 millilitres of product and top up to a litre of water. So I've gone in the middle, I've gone 250 millilitres of this product and topped it up with 750 millilitres of water to make a 1 litre solution that I'm going to use in the actual sprayer. When I do come to actually using the brushes, I have added 3 caps of Sleek Premium shampoo, which is Shiny Garage's pH neutral shampoo, in the bucket with about 10 litres of water, just to give some lubricity to the actual brushing process. Now, as with most of these things, and I see a lot of people spray stuff on and go straight in with the brushes. No, apply your product, let the chemical do its work for anywhere between 2 and 4 minutes, don't let it dry, and then do some agitation at the end. So give the chemicals a chance to work. That's what you're paying extra money for. You're buying the chemicals, so let them do their job. So we've applied the product, I've left it about 4 minutes. Now you could come, it doesn't say agitate in the instructions, but I think agitating it with a dedicated wheel brush is always a good idea. And you can see spend a bit of time on this. You've got the wheel off, so you only want to put the wheel back on when it's really nice and clean. Right to your actual tread, because ultimately right up to the tread is where you're going to put your tyre shine or whatever product you want to use. And then jet wash it down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it again and go straight to brush. And you can clearly see this time hardly any discoloration. So your tyres are getting cleaner, that's what you're after. And just keep doing this until basically, when you scrub them, it's white. Jet wash again. Now I'm going to hit these one more. Now it's worth doing this because ultimately the longevity of your tyre shine or tyre protection product is all relative to how clean your tyres are. So get them clean at this stage, you'll get better performance. Right, that's a lot better. That's almost white. I'm happy with that now. Yeah, hardly any discoloration there. So that's for me. The tyre's done. Final jet wash off. Clean tyres, happy days. So folks, great improvement. The tyres are looking nice and clean. One thing I will say, and don't you do this, but I'm just doing this as part of the review. Although there's grit and dirt there, all that grittiness is gone, and that's what you're after. You don't want to go start touching your alloy wheels with that grit in. Okay, so remove as much of that grit as possible. Now we're on to the fun part really, actual tackling this. I'm going to do the front fascia sort of real time, and then I'll do a fast mow of the back end, and then we'll really get to see how much tar and sort of really problematic dirt is on the tyre. Now this is Shiny Garage's Monster Wheel Cleaner. Okay, it's combined wheel cleaner and fallout remover, and it's quite simple. Spray on, leave it for a couple of minutes, and wait for the activation of the fallout remover, and then rinse off. It does say, as with most of these, agitate if required, but once again, get your chemical on, let the chemical do its thing before you touch it with your brushes and all that kind of stuff. Interesting to see how much red sort of reaction I'll get on this, because I do take care of these alloy wheels, believe it or not, in terms of fallout. But we'll spray it on, we'll do the front bit, and then I'll fast mow the back bit. It's got that normal nasty smell of fallout remover. It's not particularly pungent though. Right, leave that for a couple of minutes. Okay, that's 4 minutes. Now I use fallout quite regularly on my wheels. Good reaction. So clearly, still a lot of brake dust coming off my brake pads. Now what I will say is it's got more of a gel-like sort of quality to it, so it sticks to your tyres and it doesn't dry out that quick, and this is quite a hot day, you can still see this. So even now I don't need to spray any more on, I can go in with my brush and start agitating that and essentially do the cleaning phase. So I've got my detailing brush here, so even after 4 minutes that's still wet, so potential addition of wetting agents maybe there, and that's why I like it. It's nice and foamy, feels safe. It's not dry, it's not sort of scratchy or grabby. All that dirt's coming away. This is a great product. Now, I don't need to worry about going through the spokes, because I'm going to turn the wheel around and do the barrels at the back. It's a separate part of it, so I'm just worried about the front end. I'll just finish this on fast mow. What a difference. Really good job of that. Okay, so great product there, really impressed. I'm going to do the inside of the wheel now, flip it around, do it on a fast mow, and we'll see what else we need to do on this wheel. They were black. All that dirt's gone. Now, this is what is quite rewarding. You can now see tar spots. You can also see some corrosion, which isn't good. A bit of damage to the actual paint lacquer there, on the corners as well there, but you can see tar there. All the dirt's gone. Cracking wheel cleaner, really good. So let's tackle those tar spots. Okay, on to Shiny Garage's Dissolver Tar and Glue Remover. Neat, straight out of the bottle. Now, if you're doing this on paintwork, I'd probably go a bit more localized spray on the cloth and go like that. But because we've got it all over the actual wheel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically spray the whole inside. Now, I've checked, excuse me, I've checked the front fascia, and that's got no tar on, so it's just the ones that I showed you not that long ago. We'll spray all over the rim and just let the chemical do its thing before I start agitating it. The thing with tire remover is make sure you rinse it thoroughly and the cloth that you use bin straight after. Okay, now what you're looking for straight away is a reaction, and you can see there, that's what you're after. That's the solvent basically dissolving the tar, the bitumen, and that kind of stuff. So just let it do its thing. You're going to rub it in a minute anyway, and if you need to reapply to attack a stubborn bit. But I'm basically going to leave that for a couple of minutes, make sure it doesn't dry, and come back and try and remove it. So we've left that a few minutes, and now all we're going to be doing is working our way around the wheel and rotate it if we need to. Spray a bit on extra if you've got sort of localized bits that aren't coming off, just to give it a helping hand. But some of this is actual damage to my alloy, which I'm not particularly happy about, but there you go. So I'm literally just going round where I see tar. These are them big spots. First one gone. Second one is going, it's going, it's going, it's gone. And third one gone. And when it comes to tar removers, I find that when I'm reviewing some brands, it seems to be the product that lets some brands down in terms of potency. I'm not going to give in on this one, that's all gone as well. And this one is good to see that there's no evidence of watering down or skimping. All this tar, I'm not pressing hard, it's just going. Which is nice. It's got that tar remover smell, but I'm going to take that wheel weight sticker off at a later point. It's got that smell, that normal smell, but it's not particularly potent. That's it, they're all gone. Now, because I've got the remnants, sort of watered down tar, what I usually do then is just quickly go around there to reactivate it, get my cloth, and before I jet wash off, just remove that sort of diluted blend of chemical and basically dissolved tar. With this thoroughly rinsed down, which we'll do now. All that tar has gone. That's gone right. That's a nasty bit of damage there. A bit of corrosion there under the paint. All the tar's gone. I'm starting to feel quite excited about the cleanliness of these wheels. Top job. So that was the wheels all cleaned. Before we went on to the sort of titivation bit, the tyre dressing, give it a really good dry down. So before you're putting any tyre dressing on, make sure your tyres are really nice and dry. Now, one extra thing I did do off camera is once I got rid of the tar, I quickly sprayed the actual alloy with fallout remover, the wheel cleaner as well, just to see if there's any fallout hidden under the tar, and there wasn't. Big debate which you should use first, tar remover or fallout. My personal opinion is tar then fallout, but because my wheel cleaner had fallout in, essentially I've gone fallout, tar, fallout. Okay, but as long as you sort of capture them both, I always finish once the tar's removed. I'm conscious that there could be some fallout hidden under the tar, so I'll give it a quick blap. So now at the stage whereby I'm going to stop after this next product, which is the tyre dressing. Now, what I would do is if I'd gone to all this bother to remove all the dirt and taken my time on this, what I'm also now going to do, not part of this review, is I'm going to clay this wheel, polish it up and then put some ceramic coating on it. But that's for another review, and I don't have those any sort of coatings for the wheels from Shiny Garage. So we're going to finish it with this one, but I am planning to take this to the next degree and get it all clayed, machine polished, so it can look the best it can, and then I'm going to ceramic coat it, but that's for another review. So final bit we're going to be looking at today is Shiny Garage's black to black polymer tyre dressing. All right, so this is an SiO2 based product. It's you know, if you've gone to all this trouble, give your rubber some protection, your tyre some protection from cracking and UV fading and all that kind of stuff. This is nice and easy to use. This professes to be a matte finish, so I'll take the camera in closer and I'll show you me applying it. So it's an actual white product, so make sure you sort of cover your whole applicator. Things going everywhere in the wind. It's getting a bit windy. Use a decent applicator. That spreads lovely. A little goes a long way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on, then I'm going to come back 5 or 10 minutes and see what it's fair enough, it looking really nice on initial application, but it's, you know, once it all dries and everything, really easy to apply. Quite a thick consistency, but easy to spread. Actually smells quite nice. I wouldn't like to hazard a guess what it smells like, but it's definitely got some kind of scent. Keep forgetting I can rotate this. Silly boy. Right, I'm going to leave that about 10 minutes, then I'm going to come back and we'll have a look. But on initial impression, that's a lovely finish. So this is after one application, and as you can see, it's definitely not a shiny one. It's almost like really a protection product rather than aesthetic enhancement. I think I've missed a few bits there, but it's definitely not shiny, but it leaves a really slick finish and definitely accentuates all the sort of raised lettering. What I am going to do is I'm going to apply another coating, another layer, and see if that adds shine. I've missed a few bits there as well, so I'm going to apply another coating offline, off camera, and we'll come back and have a look what difference it makes. So that's coating number 2, and a lot more glossy. So this is not a wet look tyre shine at all. It's enhancing the slickness of it. It's offering protection. In terms of if you're looking for some kind of major visual difference in your tyre post-application, it's probably not the one for you, but the second coating has made quite a big difference, and I personally would go for the second coating. It's still quite a matte finish. It's not super shiny, but definitely not a show one. But super easy to use. A little goes a long way. It definitely brings out the lettering, and that is, to me, that's quite a nice finish. It's the natural finish I'm after. I'm not after, oh, I've just put tyre shine on to make my tyres look shiny. I want my car to look natural. So yeah, good. Okay, so that's the part 1 of the Shiny Garage products review, pretty much finished. Now, like I said, we've got extra plans for this wheel, and if you're at home doing this, using these products, after you've done all this, put at least a wheel wax on, or a wheel sealant, or if not a ceramic coating. You've done all this work, give it a helping hand to look after itself. So quick go through the products. We use the pre-wash citrus all TFR, love that stuff. That's knocked one of my regular ones back onto the reserve bench. Really potent stuff. Very impressed with that. Indeed, Rab from Rab Reviews did a small review on that, and he said very similar things. So I totally agree with you, young man. Really good product. The snow foam, yeah, we used it, but I'm going to come back to that in part 2, as well as the shampoo. The pure black tyre cleaner really did a good job, actually. So spray it on, leave it. Took 3 hits, but these tyres were really quite dirty, but you can see that reaction straight away. So as far as wheel cleaners, or sorry, tyre cleaners go, that's a good one. The Monster wheel cleaner, really good stuff. As you know, I'm a purist. I prefer separate cleaners to fallout removers, but that one there, you leave it. It's got a good potent reaction on the iron fallout, but because it's a gel, it still affords you the opportunity to go in and do your brush work while it's still you know, in a gel-like format, so it's nice and lubricated under the brush, and I really like that. And the effect on the wheels, clean them up really well. So that is a top product. The tyre and glue remover, yeah, up there with some of the better ones. Like I said when I was doing the review, some brands let themselves down on that one. I've found quite a few brands with weak tyre and glue. This one isn't. It's up there with good ones. Not quite as potent as maybe TARDIS or something like that, but it's above the average in terms of tyre and glue removers, and one I will return to as well. And then the back to black polymer tyre dressing. It's probably one for me, might not be one for you. I liked just the one coating with just, you know, that protection on it. The second coating gave it a bit more gloss, but it's pretty matte really. But if you're looking for a show one, it's probably not one for you. But as you know, I like matte finishes. I don't like, hey, look at me, I've got shiny tyres. They're not meant to be shiny. They're meant to be the colour this gives. So really good. Now, first exposure to Shiny Garage. There is part 2 coming up in a week or two where we're going to look at the maintenance wash and we'll revisit some of these products. But I always gauge brands when I do a brand review. Is it below average? Is it, yeah, okay, or is it above average? All I'm going to say is above average. Strong, potent products. No, I don't get the impression that they've sort of skimped to save money. I get the impression that they've offered good products because they perform. I love all these, and I will be revisiting all of them. So if you like this review, leave some comments. Like I said, this is just my way of doing it, and we've still got work to do on this wheel. How do you clean your wheels? Okay, what process do you use? It'd be interesting to hear. And in a couple of weeks, we will be doing probably the TT, or probably it will be the TT for part 2, where we're going to be re-attacking some of these and doing a lot more Shiny Garage products. So thanks for watching, and watch out for the next video reviews. Folks, don't go anywhere. I am putting a link to all the products where you can get them in the description on YouTube. So if you're interested in maybe trying some of these or buying any of these yourself, I will put a link to every single product that I used, which will take you straight to the website where I bought all these. So I just thought I'd throw that in there as well, because I nearly forgot. How remiss of me.